Well, we're excited. You know, every year we come back and try to provide a really entertaining spectacle for people to come and enjoy. Our ticket sales have been very strong. We're looking forward to having a full house here, about 188,000 people over the 3 days. And there's going to be a myriad of activities here for them to enjoy. 6 races, Indy cars, sports cars, trucks, drifting, Porsche Carrera Cup, and historic Formula One cars. So there's something for virtually everybody, some element of that to enjoy. Plus we have a lot of off-track activities. We have 2 concerts on Friday and Saturday night. We have a huge lifestyle expo, a family fun zone where kids can come and drive little mini electric go-karts, and the Mother's Exotic Car Show, all of which is intended to provide a whole weekend of entertaining activities for our fans.
48 years, and I believe you have been involved in all 48 years in this race. Is that correct?
That's true. I was here back in 1975 when we ran the first. It was a Formula 5000 race in September. We came back with a Formula One race in 6 months in March of 1976, and we've been running in the spring virtually ever since. And this is our 48th attempt at putting this race on here.
So you have dedicated a lot of years, a lot of your life to this event. How rewarding or how satisfying it is for you to see it grow to what it has become?
Well, you know, it's a personal passion of mine. I love motorsports, and it happens to take place in my neighborhood, in my area of living here in Southern California. And as a consequence of that, the event has grown. And also, I think it's a testimony to all of the contributors to this, whether it's the Grand Prix staff, all the volunteers, the city of Long Beach, all of the various sponsors that we've had over the years, etc. It really is a culmination of all of those efforts that have resulted in the 48th Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach coming here this weekend.
Wow, so 3 years ago we had the pandemic, and it was suspended for 2020. But you guys came back in 2021 with the last race of the season. How different was it for you to experience that, having your event being the last race of the season, crowning a champion? How different was it, and how do you feel going back to the spot that where you are, which is the traditional spot of this race?
Well, after all, it had been a year and a half, almost 2 years since we'd run a race before, so we were ready to run one. It was a little challenging because the pandemic was still around, so we had to have certain protocols in place. But quite frankly, moving back onto our more traditional April date was really beneficial to us. You know, we're a springtime event. When people think of spring break and activities, they think of Grand Prix, they think of Long Beach. And so going back into our April slot, I think has been very beneficial to us, and we will continue in that slot without any problems arising, unless there's something we need to do to mitigate it.
So as far as attendance goes, do you guys think you're back to where you were before the pandemic, or are you still being hit by the effects of the pandemic in that sense?
No, the effects of the pandemic, we got over those last year. You know, people came out. We had our biggest crowd we've had in our recent past in 22, and we're looking to either make that or beat it here in 23.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about that Formula One challenge, which I believe is the first time you guys are running it. And if not, just tell me a little bit about how it came about and what can we expect of that challenge in particular.
Okay, so we actually ran it about 12 years ago in a smaller format, but this year we're excited because it's a very stellar field, and it made up almost wholly of cars that raced here on the streets of Long Beach from 76 to 83. So for a few people that are older can reminisce about what it was like, and for a lot of other people, they'll get to see and hear the sounds of those cars going down Shoreline Drive at full tilt, and to me that's what makes that event so exciting.
And when is that taking place during the weekend? Which day was it?
It's taking place on both Saturday and Sunday in the mid-morning time frame. So it's a chance for everybody to come out. It's a 20-minute race. It's not an exhibition. It's actually going to be a race, and those cars are going to be going full tilt.
And these are being driven by former Formula One drivers or IndyCar drivers? Who's driving these cars?
No, unfortunately, most of the Formula One drivers aren't in a position to drive them anymore. So they're being driven by the current owners of the cars or people the current owners have selected to compete in their cars for them.
Okay. And finally, Jim, talk to me a little bit about the importance of the Latino fans and how they have contributed to the growth of this event over the years.
Well, we have always tried to attract a larger proportion of the Hispanic audience. The initiative really started back when Adrian Fernandez was running here, Mario Domingos was running here, and we had Tecate as a sponsor, so there was a lot of partnerships that were formed around that, and it expanded as time went along. We started Fiesta Friday concerts on Friday night, and we also put drifting in, which has a heavy concentration of Hispanic followers. So that initiative and trend has continued on over the years, and now we're looking at over 25% of the attendees at this event have a Hispanic origination to them, which we're very proud of, and we're going to continue to do whatever we can to create an atmosphere that's very friendly to our Hispanic friends.
And of course, they follow Pato or they follow Alex Palou. How important is it for the series, for the IndyCar to continue to keep those type of drivers and of course the fans that come with them?
Well, obviously, when Adrian was here and Mario was here, they had huge followings. Then it fell off a little bit because we didn't really have a true Mexican driver here. But Pato's come along, revived that whole interest level, and we're delighted because, especially for races like ours that are in a heavily Hispanic population, why it's really important for us to be able to provide some attraction for them.